2024 Lok Sabha elections. Will it be a make or break moment for India and its people? Hello friends, this is Bharat Bhushan and welcome to my straight talk. In the last one decade, there has been a number of disruptive changes, be it EWS reservation, implementation or abrogation of Article 370. Considering the impact of these changes on the society and democracy of India, 2024 Lok Sabha elections will indeed be a break or big moment. Hence, our responsibility as an active citizenry has increased manifold. In this straight talk, and I'll call it our straight talk, we'll together be differentiating between what is truth and a false narrative. We'll confront with the various issues that will be thrown at us during this Lok Sabha elections. Friends, it is rightly said, to understand the present, we should be aware of the past. Hence, we'll together take ourselves on a Indian democratic political journey. That is, we will rewind the journey of India since its independence.
Long years ago, we made a tryst with destiny.
At the stroke of midnight on 15th August 1947, we made a tryst with our destiny. A nation of 100 languages, culture and communities was born. We are happy that ultimately we became masters of our own destiny. But at the same time, our heart was filled with sorrow and grief by looking at the horrors of partition. Millions were killed, millions got migrated, leaving their loved ones. Thousands of women were raped. Once brother, we became enemy for life. Pakistan still supports terrorism in Punjab and Jammu and Kashmir. Just after a few months, Maharaja Hari Singh of Jammu and Kashmir signed an instrument of accession with Union of India. Maharaja Hari Singh changed his mind and heart because of many factors, primarily being the attack of tribesmen who were mobilized by Pakistan. And also an important factor was the popular will of the majority of Muslim population in J&K. Since J&K was integrated with India under special circumstances and Article 370 was incorporated in the Indian Constitution. What it did, it gave special rights to Jammu and Kashmir and its people. Recently in 2019, this article was abrogated with an aim in mind that J&K will be completely integrated and the terrorism will come to halt. Although whether normalcy has achieved or not is a matter of debate, and in the near future it will be clear whether abrogation of Article 370 has served its purpose for which it was intended to.
The light has gone out of our lives and there is darkness everywhere.
The infant nation lost light of its life when a madman, Nathuram Godse, killed our father of nation, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. He pumped 4 bullets into his flesh and the world mourned the demise of Bapu. Nathuram Godse was a Hindu Mahasabha member and had close ties with RSS, to which the organization RSS members declined to. Then Home Minister Mr. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel had banned RSS. Friends, it was 26th January, when we adopted Constitution and gave it to ourselves. The Indian Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land, was drafted by the finest mind, headed by Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar. It consisted of the best elements of almost all major constitutions and were molded to suit Indian interests. This constitution still is a light for millions of people, especially weak and vulnerables. Bharatiya Janasangh is the precursor of Bharatiya Janata Party. It was formed in the year 1951 under the leadership of Syama Prasad Mukherjee with core agendas like abrogation of special status to J&K and formation of Akhand Bharat. Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh, which is also known as RSS, was formed in 1952. Bharatiya Janasangh formed or shook hands with socialists in 1977 to keep Indira Gandhi out of power. It was in the year 1980 when Bharatiya Janata Party was formed, when the coalition of Janata Party and Janasangh lapsed in the year 1980. It was not the war with Pakistan in 1965 or 1971 that gave a shock to India. It was war with China that shocked us. China attacked us on both eastern and western front and defeated us and unilaterally declared ceasefire. It not only took our territory but also gave a dent to our pride. Out of many factors because of which China attacked on us is Indian government giving asylum to Dalai Lama and formation of Tibet government in exile at Dharamsala. Although it established us as protector of human rights on the world arena, China betrayed us, although the first Prime Minister of India advocated for China in UN. China betrayed us in 1962 then and is also advancing across line of actual control in recent years as per some reports. After a lapse of 15 years, the South India was engulfed in anti-Hindi agitation. At the time of constitution making, the constitution maker made a compromise between those who wanted Hindi to be national language and those who wanted English to be a communication language. The constitution maker decided that after a lapse of 15 years, there will be a revisit to this problem, and meantime Hindi will be promoted to become a national language. Agitation broke out when a circular was issued by Home Ministry that English will be replaced by Hindi. There was riots, violence and loss of around 70 people, and it came to halt only when our then Prime Minister Mr. Lal Bahadur Shastri gave assurance to the nation that English will continue to be mode of communication, and later an amendment was made to the Official Language Act in 1967. Friends, one of the pride moments for us was when Bangladesh was created. The birth of Bangladesh was a master stroke of our Prime Minister Mrs. Indira Gandhi. There was a dispute and confrontation between West Pakistan, which was a Urdu speaking military regime, and East Pakistan, which was a Bangla speaking under Sheikh Mujibur Rahman. Indira Gandhi mobilized international opinion against Pakistan, and our intelligence agencies trained Mukti Vahini and armed them. She also had a pact with Soviet Union so as to ward off international pressure. The birth of Bangladesh and division of Pakistan reaffirmed our disbelief in the two nation theory, which was based on religion. Friends, as we are aware that we were and we are surrounded by hostile neighbors. On eastern front, China; on the western front, Pakistan. We are confronted by these two hostile neighbors. We decided to go nuclear. First, under the leadership of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi in 1974 and in 1998 under Atal Bihari Vajpayee. It is our declared policy of no first use of nuclear weapons, and that establishes our commitment to regional peace and stability. It was the year 1975 when Indian democracy faced its darkest moment. Prime Minister Indira Gandhi faced grave political crisis when Allahabad High Court declared her election illegal. Agitated by JP and his total revolution, she imposed an internal emergency. Political activists were jailed, civic rights were suspended, and political opposition was opposed. It was in 1986 when Supreme Court gave a landmark verdict called as Sahabano case. Sahabano was a 62 years old widow who went to Supreme Court to get alimony after an iddat period. An iddat period is a duration of 3 months after divorce. Supreme Court ordered to give alimony to her and her children. This verdict was criticized by Muslim community, and then our Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi made an amendment to the act which is widely perceived as an appeasement to Muslims. It was 1986. The government was headed by Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. In March 1986, the government has ordered purchase of 155 mm Howitzer guns from Bofors, a Swedish firm. In 1987, Swedish Air relayed a program that kickbacks were paid to top politicians and businessmen in Bofors deal. A joint parliamentary committee was formed, but its reports were non-conclusive. Even in court, nothing came out. But there was widespread perception that the government is corrupt, and that led to formation of National Front government under VP Singh. It was Mr. VP Singh who implemented the recommendations of Mandal Commission. Mandal Commission was commissioned in 1977 by Janata Party, to which Bharatiya Janata Sangh was a constituent. The mandate of Mandal Commission under the chairmanship of Mr. B.P. Mandal, a former Chief Minister of Bihar, was to survey all castes and demarcate socially and educationally backward castes. Mandal Commission formed 3 indicators: social, educational and economical indicators, and gave different weightage to these indicators. Social indicator was given 3 points, educational indicator was given 2 points, and economic indicator was given 1 point. Based on this, if a caste gets 11 or less, it was considered to be a socially and educationally backward caste. Mandal Commission submitted its report highlighting that there is 52% of people who belong to OBC, and reservations should be given incommensurate with that. However, due to court reasons, reservation was capped at 27%. After implementation of Mandal Commission, there was riots, immolation, especially in Hindi heartland. Recently, the government has implemented a 10% EWS reservation to all those who do not belong to either SC, ST, and OBC and are financially weak as stipulated by the government. It was year 1992 when Babri Masjid came tumbling down, and so did our secular credit. Thousands of car sevaks had overcome police, and the masjid structure was brought down within hours. Ram Janmabhoomi movement was started in 1984 and got strengthened when Rajiv Gandhi, then Prime Minister, opened the doors of the mosque for Hindu to pray after a district court order. Bharatiya Janata Party made this Ram Janmabhoomi issue their main political issue, and under the leadership of Mr. Lal Krishna Advani started Rath Yatra. Demolition of this structure led to huge number of riots all across India, and at the same time it strengthened BJP and established it as Hindutva force. In 2019, Supreme Court gave verdict and allowed construction of Ram Mandir, and at the same time gave 5 acres of land to Muslim. But Supreme Court did mention that bringing down the mosque was a criminal act. At 7:42 am, Sabarmati Express had just reached Godhra. In that train, there were some car sevaks who were coming from Ayodhya. There was a quarrel between these car sevaks and Muslim tea sellers. When the train left Godhra, was passing nearby Muslim neighborhood region, an emergency chain was pulled and the train was put on fire. 58 people died, and there was news that 58 car sevaks had died, which later report did not confirm. This led to riots, and the entire Gujarat riled for around 7 days. This was one of the worst communal riots that India has faced after horrors of partition. 1,000 people were killed, and the ghost of Godhra still haunts on our secular credentials. Our financial capital came under siege in 2008. 11 Pakistani terrorists attacked CST railway stations, 2 luxury hotels, and a JV center. The city was under siege for 60 hours, and there was the death of more than 106 people from various countries. United Progressive Alliance, the government in power, enacted a stringent anti-terror law UAPA 2008 and also established National Investigating Agency NIA. But the popular perception was the government was soft on terror and muscular response is needed to stop this terrorism and its propagators. This perception was affirmed when there was Balakot airstrike after Pulwama terror attack, reaping huge benefits to BJP, the government at that point of time. At the end of 10 years rule of UPA, the government was embroiled in a number of scams like 2G scam and Colgate scam. anti-corruption movement was launched under Anna Hazare and Arvind Kejriwal. This movement ultimately culminated into formation of Aam Aadmi Party headed by Arvind Kejriwal. There was people anger against corruption, and riding on that anger, Aam Aadmi Party had huge success. In the last Delhi election, it won 62 of 70 seats, and recently it also had a majority in Punjab election. But to many, AAP is a lost dream, as they were formed to cleanse the system, and politics was not their occupation but a passion, a mission. Whether AAP has betrayed those high aspiring people will be seen in the years to come. It was Modi wave in 2014. Riding on this wave, BJP had won 282 seats, a landslide victory. This was the first time in the last 3 decades that a single party had won clear-cut majority. The reason behind this grand success is attributed to Prime Minister Modi projection of an image of a hard worker and an incorruptible politician. And the other factor that helped him was people anger against UPA government in power, which was reeling under huge corruption scams. However, Prime Minister Modi's elevation as Prime Ministerial candidate was not consensual. One of founding member of BJP and stalwart Mr. L.K. Advani had opposed him. Dear friends, in the first episode of this Lok Sabha election series, we made ourselves aware of various political events that have gone into making of this nation. Dear friends, in the coming videos, we'll be confronting many issues that this Lok Sabha election will be throwing at us. We'll be differentiating between what are people's agenda and what are propaganda. With this, I Bharat Bhushan with my straight talk, signing off. Jai Hind.